Hi friends, it's Emily from Bon Vivant Cakes, and today I'm going to teach you how to make my absolute favorite sweet and salty treat, party popcorn. Okay, so what is party popcorn? Party popcorn is more of a method of assembling things together than it is an actual recipe. So party popcorn will always contain a couple of key ingredients, but the rest you can sort of improvise with whatever you happen to have in your pantry. The first thing that you're going to want to pull out is popcorn. So a lightly salted white popcorn is going to work best for party popcorn. This is not the time for your movie theater butter explosion meltdown. This is not the time for your kettle corn. Just regular, lightly salted popcorn works best. You can use microwave popcorn. You can use an air popper. If you wanna do it pilgrim style in a big cauldron over your stove, you can do that too. Just make sure that it's just lightly salted. The next thing you're gonna want is something a little bit salty. I like to use these shoestring potato fries because they're the perfect size, but you can use chips here. You can use kettle cooked chips, are kind of nice because they're a little extra crunchy, but it's really up to you. Then I like to use a chocolate cookie. I'm using crumbled up Oreos here, but pro tip, if you happen to have Thin Mints in your freezer, they're absolutely delicious. Next, you're gonna wanna find a fruity cereal. We're using two today. We're using my good old trusty Lucky Charms with the fun new unicorn marshmallows in them. And we're using Trix cereal because I can't get enough of these fun fruit shapes. Fruity Pebbles is obviously a good substitution here as well. And then we're gonna add in a couple more extra cereal marshmallows because I'm an absolute fiend for these. You can buy these in 5-pound bags on nuts.com and I will include a link for you. The last thing we're gonna sprinkle on top is my favorite Sweetopolita sprinkle blend called Gold Digger. And to hold this entire concoction together, we're using melted chocolate. Now let's talk about chocolate really quick here. So ideally for party popcorn, you're using white chocolate melts. You can find white chocolate melts at most grocery stores. Ghirardelli sells a really nice white chocolate melt. I'm using white chocolate melts from Blommer's, which is a local chocolate factory here in Chicago. And this melted white chocolate is going to stay nice and firm at room temperature. If you don't have melts on hand, you can use melted chocolate chips, but you're going to want to put it in the refrigerator or even in the freezer to help it firm up. So we've melted our white chocolate in the microwave. We're melting it in 30-second or 1-minute bursts because otherwise we're gonna scorch all of our chocolate. It's gonna be a big, angry, clumpy mess and no one wants that. So we've melted our white chocolate so it's nice and liquid. And we're going to transfer the white chocolate into a piping bag. Now, if you have a piping bag on hand, amazing. If you don't, you can just use a Ziploc bag and cut a hole in the tip of it. So I have poured all of this white chocolate into my piping bag. I'm gonna twist it up nice and firm. And then I'm gonna cut a very small hole at the tip of the piping bag. Okay, so we've spread our popcorn out on a piece of parchment paper and we are going to begin by just applying a really even layer of white chocolate in little ribbons all over this popcorn. So we've all seen the movie Elf, right? There's that scene where Buddy the Elf is making his father like a breakfast spaghetti with maple syrup in it. I want you to think of this as a dessert lasagna, if you will. So you've got your first layer here of popcorn, and then we're just going to add some of these baby French fries on top. Okay? I like to start with the French fries. Let's do a little layer on top of that so it all adheres together. And then follow it up with your cookies. I like to start with the French fries and the cookies first because you want the bright, pretty stuff to be on top. And also, if you want to be a big dork about it, the contrast from the dark chocolate cookies makes the bright colors from the sprinkles and the cereal look even cuter. Okay, so we're now on our third layer of chocolate, and you can see that I am really making sure that I'm covering every part, every exposed part here with a thin layer of chocolate. And don't be lazy and just pour the chocolate directly from the bowl that you melted it in. I'm telling you, putting it in a piping bag or putting it in a Ziploc bag is absolutely worth it. It's one little extra step, but it's gonna make such a difference. This way you're gonna have like nice clumps of party popcorn, and you're gonna make sure that each piece of popcorn gets nice, even coverage. Okay, dessert lasagna, guys, let's go. All right, so now we're gonna start adding our cereal. I like a cereal that has these bran pieces in there as well. I've done like all marshmallow cereals, and honestly, you want the bran pieces kind of gives you a little bit of a break from some of the sweetness, and it's really nice. So, okay, so we've got our Lucky Charms here. And next, we're gonna add those fun fruit shapes with Trix. Okay. And the finishing touches are going to be our extra cereal marshmallows and our sprinkles. So I'm adding the rest of my white chocolate here. And I've melted about 2 cups or so of white chocolate here. As you can see, that's more than enough. I'm gonna have some left over. This looks crazy, right? It looks absolutely insane. You've seen how much cereal I've added to this, and you're thinking that this is gonna be an absolute sugar explosion, right? Some of you are looking at this and you're like, I don't know, Emily, this looks bonkers. And all I can say is you just have to trust me, okay? This is truly the best treat ever. The combination of the sweet and salty is everything that you have always wanted and never knew that you needed. You're just gonna have to trust me on this, you guys. It is truly the best snack ever. Okay, so now we're just gonna kind of lift up the sides and make sure that none of our little cereal friends get left out in the cold here. Looking good. And now we're going to put this in the fridge for just a minute to let it think about itself, get all nice and firm, and we're gonna check back on it. Okay guys, so we've pulled our party popcorn out of the fridge, and if you have layered it right, it should be in basically just one giant piece right now, which is pretty exciting. So you can just break it up into pieces. See? And you can put it in bags to give away as treats to people. You can just keep it and eat the whole thing yourself. I'm not here to judge you for it. And this is a really, really fun snack. It's a fun thing to make with small children, and it will stay good and fresh in an airtight Ziploc bag for, I'm saying, at least a week or so. So yeah, guys, that's party popcorn. And when you guys make party popcorn in quarantine, make sure that you tag me, #BonVivantCakes party popcorn. Thanks.